Hi, my name is Amna Ali.
My name's Malia Dolan, and our project is on what's wrong with our voting system and how to fix it, as well as some other problems that we found with the government, like while researching. So, the problem with political parties is that a significant number of people don't believe they're represented by either the Democratic or Republican Party. So these people who identify as independent are not even allowed to vote in their state's primary election in 33 out of 50 states. Well, Texas isn't one of those states because we have open primaries, but it's still a problem in 33 states. And that means that in a majority of the states, voters are required to sign up with a political party. And if they don't affiliate with a party, they have no say in who gets nominated in either party, and whichever independent they want to vote for is highly unlikely to win. Also, the dominant political parties have an unfair advantage of being heavily funded, and they're able to spend millions to support their candidate, while other existing parties might not have enough funds to advertise as much.
Another issue is the way votes are counted in the election for president. In 48 of the states, a popular vote is held, and whichever candidate gets the majority of votes gains all the electoral votes for the whole state. In other words, the winner takes all. Therefore, people in red or blue states feel like their votes don't matter if they aren't a part of their state's majority, because the way the electoral votes go depends on the majority in their state, with the exceptions of Maine and Nebraska. That's why in some elections in the past, presidents have won the election despite not winning the popular vote. That was the case in 2016 when Donald Trump won. If you were to have voted for Hillary Clinton while being in Texas, your vote didn't matter at all just because of a Republican majority.
Because of these problems, the US voter turnout is low compared to most other developed countries with democracies. And our voter turnout is 55.7%, or it was in 2016. And the previous years have had around the same turnout as well, with an average of 54% and an 8% margin of error. Another problem with the government is recording. I did not just say that. Okay, is revolving around the Electoral College. So the United States only created the Electoral College because in the past, holding a popular vote for president was impossible without like the speed of technology that we have now. So citizens in a region had to elect someone who would be sent to the capital to represent their population and vote in their name. And this system is no longer required because of communication and technology advancements. So it's kind of outdated and we don't really have a use for it anymore.
So, what are some possible solutions to these problems? We could have a proportional representation system where instead of voting for a specific candidate, people vote for the party they feel most represents them on a nationwide scale. Whatever percentage of votes the party gathers is the percentage of House of Representative seats that the party gets, going down a list of representatives the party has chosen. With this system, other political parties are encouraged to be created now that they actually have a chance at representation, and people feel more confident about voting outside of blue or red without feeling as if their vote was wasted. Also, each party should be given the same campaign budget to ensure that no one outshines the other party or has an unfair advantage. Another solution could be an alternative vote system. Instead of voting for a political party they identify with, as in the solution above, on ballots, citizens will rank the candidates they most favor in order of preference without much focus on the party they represent. Also, as for selecting the president, popular vote should make the decision instead of electoral votes.
Okay, so here's another issue that we found while researching. Um, in US territories, the citizens like there are considered like a part of the United States, but they don't have the right to vote. So the territories are Puerto Rico, Guam, U.S. Virgin Islands, and Northern Mariana Islands. And Their population, which is about 4.4 million people, they're considered to be part of the US, but they don't have like a voice in their government just because of their geographical location. And that's really not fair to them because, well, if they're a part of the country, if they're considered citizens, they should be given the right to vote.
Also, the District of Columbia or Washington, D.C. isn't a part of the state for obvious reasons, but they still have electoral college representation after an amendment in 1964. So why D.C. but not the Fun fact, the territories of the US are the only places in the whole universe where a United States citizen isn't allowed to vote. Americans living abroad can mail their vote under the last state they lived in. Astronauts in space can still vote, but if an American visits the territories, they lose their right to vote in that election.
So in conclusion, the government should take action to control the domination of Democratic and Republican parties on politics. The way votes are counted and representatives are elected needs to be changed, and US territories should be granted the right to vote. Thank you for listening.
Thank you.